Hello and welcome to episode 78 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got two games for you. We're away to Blackburn Rovers in the Championship and at home to West Brom in the Championship. Since you were last with me, we've been in fantastic form, although we did lose our last match at home to Huddersfield. So let's get straight into the action and I'll show you the team for the Blackburn game in just a moment. Okay, here is the team for the away match against Blackburn Rovers, and it is Carter in goal, back four of Vecchio, Garo, Bornout and Rodney, Diallo at the base of midfield, Gray and Harris ahead of him, Jones on the left, Zarate on the right, Pietro Pellegrini up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant wants to be impressed and wants them to go and put on a show. I think that's fair enough actually, so let's just go with it. And let's get into the match and see if we can do exactly that. As always, first 10 minutes we will just see how the game plays out, not make any rash decisions. So Carter plays it to Garo. We're in our green kit and Blackburn in their blue and white. Gray into Jones. Zarate doesn't get there. Chambers plays it forward, but it's intercepted. Although Blackburn have it back and then we win it immediately. Jones' ball over the top and it's chased into the channel, but Blackburn win it back. Wharton to Buckley. Bohinen to Spence on the right. And Buemo back to Spence, who comes down the right hand side. Spence beats his man, finds Buemo. Infield to Buckley, who chips it across, and Nick Carter makes the save, and Zarate comes away with the ball. Into Harris, infield for Gray, out to the left hand side for Jones, and it's intercepted and the highlight comes to an end. So far I think we go with encourage. I've been reasonably happy with what I've seen so far. This is absolutely a must not lose game. I'd love to win it and go back into the playoffs, but it's not looking too promising so far in terms of going ahead. But Blackburn haven't had a shot on target yet, although we've had much fewer chances than they have. So it's two-way street really, but Gila plays it to Buemo. It's played into the middle and the shot comes in, but Carter makes a save and rolls it to Bornout. To Rodney at right back, into Harris. Zarate is robbed by Bohinen, who finds Sibley. Wharton to Bohinen, into Chambers, who's through on goal, and Dylan Chambers gives Blackburn Rovers the lead. It's Blackburn Rovers 1, Fulham 0. So demand more now and find out where it's gone wrong. At half time, Jones and Pellegrini are not having good games, and there's a few players that are tired, so I think we go with a double change at half time. What was that? Pellegrini for Lloyd, Jones for Adamida or Rodas? Adamida, and I think we also take Zarate off as well, and put Luke Harris on the wing possibly, and then Zarate can come off for Clemente. So 3 changes and a bit of tactical rejigging. So we'll start the second half, and then we've got 2 more subs available. We're going attacking, we're demanding more, and let's see if we can get something out of the game. As I say, this is a must not lose, and at the moment we are. Right, Harris needs to come off, the right winger, and Blackburn very nearly made it 2-0 then. Adamida does get it clear. Right, Harris off and Rodas on, and it's a penalty for Blackburn Rovers, and they have a chance to surely put the game to bed at this stage, and they do. Melkerson, with his 22nd of the season, makes it 2-0 Blackburn, and this is not the ideal start to the episode that we were looking for. Caden Rodney at right back off, and Mason Wild's going to come on. Clemente is dispossessed, and Buemo to Bohinen, and Buemo to Sola. And Bornau's been has committed a foul rather, and given away a penalty. Blackburn have a second penalty of the match. Melkerson buries the second one to make it 3-0. And that is absolutely done and dusted. Let's berate. It's not going to help really, but we're into the last 10 minutes. And it's Wild, but Rodas has lost it. Chambers to White. Gray wins it back. Plays it into the channel, but Coulson picks it up. Pickford's lost it though, and Randolph Lloyd has his 19th of the season, and it's 3-1 with 6 minutes to go. We're not going to get back into the game. It's absolutely not a way back in. Wharton now to Phillips for Blackburn, to Gila, all the way back to Pickford in goal. Comes forward, launches it long, and it's brought down by the Blackburn striker, and he's shot wide, and the highlight comes to an end. 4 minutes of stoppage time passes by with no incident whatsoever. Full time, Blackburn Rovers 3, Fulham 1. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, well, ahead of the West Brom game, I've been offered an interview. I applied for the vacant Southampton job, and they have decided to interview me, but they do have reservations. So let's go and see if we can get the job. Okay, we've been welcomed in, so let's get started. Currently underperforming at Fulham. Is it a case of me looking to jump before I've been pushed? We're turning things around. Why have you felt it acceptable to apply for a number of jobs? It's acceptable. Would you agree that your handling of the media has been mediocre at best? Media should be amongst the least of your concerns. Previously been embroiled in media controversies. The exception rather than the rule. These are worries about losing the backing of your players. Exception rather than the rule. Back myself to come in and make an immediate difference. I want to take charge straight away. and I want to make some changes. They want me to adhere to the club's vision for the future. So, high tempo pressing football, good. Make the most of set pieces. I can work with that. Sign players under the age of 23, work within the wage budget, which I'm required to do at the moment anyway. 2-year contracts for first team players, that's fine. 1-year contracts for players over 32. 2 years for players over the age of 30, that's fine. 3-year contracts for players over the age of 28. They really are focused on youth. Okay. Mid-table in the Premier League. Competitive in the FA Cup and EFL Cup. And they want that to be the case long term, although they are looking to progress towards winning a domestic cup over the next few seasons. We'll say that's acceptable. We'll discuss next season later, that's fine. There's nothing I want to discuss. And there we go, that's the end of the interview. And we'll find out in due course whether I've been successful or not. Okay, here we go then with the second match of today's episode and a home game in the Premier League against West Brom. And the team for this one, Carter in goal, back four of Blanco, Vecchio, Bornau and Wilmot, Diallo at the base of midfield, Davis and Harris ahead of him, Enciso on the left, Zarate on the right, and Randolph Lloyd comes in up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant manager thinks we should show everyone what we're all about. No, I'm going to challenge the lads and say that it's a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. So let's pump the fists and go with that. And let's get out there and win it. So here we go. As always, first 10 minutes we're just going to see how things play out as we entertain the bottom side in the Championship. Can we take all 3 points? Demand more. We've not had a shot on target yet. So let's do that. First highlight is a West Brom one. And we win it back. Vecchio into Diallo, Blanco to Vecchio, into Harris, back to Bornau, who holds on to the ball, finds Harris again. Vecchio to Davis. He plays it over the top for Lloyd, who's in behind, and the shot from Randolph Lloyd gives him a 20th goal of the season, and it's Fulham 1, West Brom 0. So that is a good start to the match and leaves us 1 point outside the playoffs as things stand. And just under 10 minutes to go till half time. And it is a free kick to West Brom. So we need to be very careful here. Alvarez, and it's gone over the top, thankfully. And there's 1 minute of added time, which has now elapsed. Half time, it's Fulham 1, West Brom 0. So let's go into the dressing room, give the lads some words of encouragement. Yep, we can definitely find another gear. The assistants nailed it this time. And substitution-wise, I'm going to take the 2 players on a yellow card off. So Isaiah Jones comes on at right back. And Vecchio moves to left back. And Fernando Garo will replace Blanco at centre back. And that'll do. So 2 changes for now. We'll start the second half. We'll demand more. We want a second goal just to try and make things a little more secure. We are now only trailing the playoff positions on goal difference as Vecchio takes a throw in to Davis into Enciso, who turns, hits a shot, but it's just wide. Coming up to the hour mark, and we've got a corner. Harris with the in-swinger, headed away. And have we got a penalty? We have. I think it was Enciso that they've said is taking the pen. It is. Enciso scores, and that's Fulham 2, West Brom 0. So far, things are going to plan. An hour gone, and 2 goals to the good. Enciso to Diallo, to Garo, Harris, Davis into Zarate, forward for Lloyd, who's in behind, hits the shot, and we get a corner out of it. Last time we won a corner, we got a penalty. So Harris with the in-swinging corner, and it's headed away. Garo doesn't get there, but Enciso picks up the loose ball, finds Vecchio, and the highlight comes to an end. Tripp with the throw-in into Dobson. Tripp again, back to Baradat, into Malumbi. Dobson back to Brown. Ferguson to Roberts. Into Dobson. Baradat to Tripp on the right-hand side. And Tripp finds O'Donovan, who gives it straight to Garo. We've won it back. Harris plays it out to Enciso on the left-hand side. He is in the area, cuts it back for Harris, and Luke Harris makes it 3-0 to Fulham. It's Fulham 3, West Brom 0. 22 minutes left. The game's won now. So let's start thinking about removing some players to protect them from injury. So we'll take Zarate off and bring on Pellegrini and Harris, and bring on Clemente as Zarate comes down the right hand side in what is going to be his final contribution. Plays it infield and gives it away to Longhello, and Longhello plays it back to Roberts. Roberts into Malumbi, who goes long for Phillips on the left hand side. Phillips back to Longhello. Malumbi's shot, and Jason Malumbi's hit an absolute rocket into the corner of the net. It's Fulham 3, West Bromwich Albion 1. We've still got 18 minutes left. So let's demand more. And I think we've used all of our substitutions. No, we still have one left. So Diallo off, and Archie Gray can come on for him. And that should be enough to secure the win. Lloyd with a free kick for Fulham. The header is over the top from Pellegrini. And that is full time. Fulham 3, West Bromwich Albion 1. I'll be back in a moment to show you the league table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, well, here is the league table, and as you can see, there was a late change to the standings, and with 36 matches gone, we are now in a playoff position. So it's 17 wins, 11 draws, 8 defeats, 62 points on the board. We are ahead of Middlesbrough on goal difference. So let's take a look at what is coming up on the next episode. And I was intending to go all the way through to the end of the season and show you Ipswich Town and Blackpool on the next episode, but given that we've just had an interview with Southampton, what I will say is that I will come back and let you know the outcome of that interview. So we will either be saying farewell to Fulham, or I will show you the 2 matches that come up immediately after the interview. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.